Disregard Emil's orders. Do not kill these mercenaries, just knock them out. We'll extract a few of them for interrogation.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to our Splinter Cell Double Agent for the original Xbox walkthrough. This is mission number 6. So in this mission, you have to knock out every single enemy that you see around certain camps. I believe there's like 3 camps or so. It will tell you when they are neutralized or whatever. So depending on what you're going for here, you can either knock them out like Lambert says, or you can kill them to get more on the JBA side. But you guys know what we're doing. We're actually going to knock these guys out. We're not going to kill them. So just wait on this guy here. He'll turn around, and then you can sneak up on him and knock him out. These first couple of sections are very simple to do. There is a save progress up at this point, so if you want to use it, you can. But you don't have to use it just yet, as this guy here, we're going to interrogate him when he turns around.
How this works. You talk to me, or I hurt you.
You won't get anything out of me. If you... Ow! Ow! Cut it out! I'll talk!
Tell me about your setup, tough guy.
There's a cave. We store a lot of stock in it. The roof is pretty thin in places. If you have some rope, you might be able to break the ice and climb down.
But it's a good thing I brought some rope.
So this section here is actually considered a camp. This is the first camp. Each camp in this mission has, I believe, 3 guards per camp. But this first camp only has 2 in this area. So just wait for him to turn around. You have plenty enough time to get up on this guy and knock him out. So go ahead and make your way over here and cut this tent from behind so you can make your way inside. And we have an objective in here that we have to grab. This is 1 of 5.
Done.
As you can see, the guard that is guarding this area, this tent here, he's making his way back, and we're just going to grab him and knock him out as well. So in this section here, it's just introducing mines and showing you how to disable them. Wait until it's in the green, and you should be good. If you do not wait till it's in the green, you'll obviously blow up. Here's another save progress. You can use it if you want to. Now here are some lasers. You can actually use your OCP to disable them, but the guard is going to be walking this way, and we're just going to wait for him to turn around, and then we're going to use him to get past the lasers, and then we're just going to knock him out. Now his pattern changes. Sometimes he'll take his time, sometimes he will turn right around. But as soon as he turns around, you want to get right up on him. Wait till he moves up a little bit, and then you can knock him out. There's one of our objectives. I saved that objective for last because we will be coming back through this way. Let's go ahead and knock him out. I do recommend that you pick up his body. He's probably hidden at this point, but I do recommend that you do pick him up. So, in that area where we just knocked this guy out is another entrance into the caves. So there's two separate entrances, but we are not going to take that way into the caves. So at this point the level does split up, but we are going to go this way. And there's two wall mines here that you have to disable. Just make sure you wait till it's in the green before you disable it.
This is enough for now, but we've still got 2 bombs left. I know, but I don't like the way things are going right now. Besides, the ice will still be here tomorrow.
Go ahead and use your OCP on this light here. And all you're going to do is sneak up on this guy. Do not knock him out. Just grab him. The other guard heard that we actually grabbed him, so do not knock him out. Just drag him over here. And then you can knock him out. Just repeat this process a couple of times through this section. You should be able to get it. This guy will do different things. If he turns around like that, just go ahead behind this crate and wait.
Я уверен, здесь ничего нет. Ладно, ты начинаешь паниковать. Забудь.
Next.
So he did not come back over this way, so all you're going to do is get out a ring L4 round. And it should take 2 shots to knock him out. The first one will stun him, and then the second one you can just knock him out. So we cleared this camp. Here's another one of our objectives here. The game is very generous in giving you a lot of save progresses up to a certain point. You can go ahead and use it as many times as you need to in certain areas. It's a smart thing to do if you do not want to get through a section without any issues, because you could go through a section but then it will change. It's never going to be the same. Guards do different things all the time. So that guard right there shining his flashlight, sometimes he notices that this guy is not here, and sometimes he does not notice. So it really just depends on what you do in this section, if you take the light out with the OCP or if you just go up behind this guy and just grab him. So right there, I tried to whistle, but it did not work. So now this guy here will notice that I just grabbed this guy. But go ahead and drag this guy back here. You should be fine. It made a little bit of noise there, so he would turn around this way. And all these guys are pretty much neutralized. Now the JBA wants you to kill these guys. But I don't believe Sam Fisher would go through this mission and honestly kill these guys. I mean, maybe in a realistic setting, he probably would. Here's another objective that we have to do. That is a JBA objective. So in a realistic setting, Sam would probably kill these guys if he's got to be on their side. So far, everything we've done has kind of been realistic, but not quite. Here's another save progress. So it's really up to you how you would interpret it. I personally don't believe Sam would go through this mission and kill these guys. I wouldn't. Now this section here can be the toughest section. I did this section multiple times. Different things happened in different ways. It's never going to be the same. There are 3 guards in this area. This guy here will always guard the tent unless you do something to distract him. And I was going to take him out, but this guy is right behind. It's not a good thing to do. Just go ahead and make your way around this tent and then OCP this light. Now, if you actually take out this light completely, they will turn the truck lights on, which make it a little bit harder, so I don't recommend that. But this is a strategy that did work. But these 2 guards here, they stick together quite a bit. If you are going to turn these lights off, turn them off. Do not pierce the power thing or whatever. So now they just turn the truck lights on. And what makes this section tough is these 2 guys right here. They stick together most of the time. So in this section, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get these 2 separated. I'm not worried about the guy over there in the far straight ahead. I'm worried about these guys. So I go ahead and whistle. That will draw them over to this area. So at this point, I'm going to try to get around them, but I can't because of the truck light right there. So I would have to OCP the truck light. However, it does not do it. And this guy is coming this way, so I don't want him to spot me. It does work out in my favor, though, because these 2 actually split right here. I go ahead and grab him and I drag him all the way back this way. You don't have to drag him all the way back here, but as you can see, the 2 guards that are left, they are still on alert. So they are not back in a regular patrol pattern that they were when we came through here. It's going to be different every single time you guys go through this mission. So hopefully you can get a certain strategy to work all the time. This is just one that I had came up with, and I had to think on the fly to make sure that this would actually work. So this right here actually ended up working in my favor. This allows me to get up behind this guy and knock him out. You don't want to grab him, just knock him out. Now at this point you want to switch over to your SC-20K and switch over to your Ring Air 4 round. Use the first one to stun him and then just knock him out. So this camp is cleared. Here's the other objective. There's actually 2 in this area. That's the third hacking thing we had to get. And then here you want to grab the codes. Make sure you pick these up. Or the encryption key, whatever they call it. So I'm just looking around here trying to make sure that these guys are hidden in a decent spot. Like I said, if you don't take out the big lights, the truck lights you don't have to worry about. But since I took out that right there, they turned on the truck lights, and I had to make sure that these guys were hidden. Make sure you go into the crawl space, and this will take us back to the caves. Now, there is 2 entrances into the caves, and this one here is probably the best way into the caves. If you enter the other way, which is back in that first section that we did, there's a guy patrolling, and sometimes he can see you, so. So get up against this corner here, and there's going to be a guard coming this way. He is going to be on alert as to why the light is not on. Do not move too soon, otherwise he will start moving your way, so just stay where you're at. Now this light bulb here, you can either OCP it or shoot it. I decided to go ahead and shoot this light out. So this area has 3 guards. You can tackle it any way you want to. But I decided to go up this way and take out the first 2 guards up ahead here. This guy, if he's ahead of you just a little bit, I do recommend that you grab him. Do not knock him out. Because if you knock him out without grabbing him first, sometimes the other guy can hear him hit the ground, and then they'll wonder what's going on. So I'm trying to get up to this guy, however, I realize that it's probably not a good idea to do, so we have to wait for him to come back around. So once he turns around, you can go ahead and move up. And now the only guy we have left is the guy on the bottom. If you actually go that way, there's 2 wall mines there, so I don't recommend going that way. So if you look, you can see his flashlight right there. He'll be making his way around here. We'll wait for him to turn back around. He'll be making his way back that way, and we'll just take him out with the sticky shocker. And here's the 4th hacking communications that we have to grab.
Next.
Now, if you grab the one earlier at the beginning of the level, the one that we skipped, this one here would be the last one that you would have to grab. But because we did not grab the other one at the beginning, we're going to make our way back that way, and it just kind of makes sense because we are backtracking. So when you're going through this way here, you have some lasers. It's very simple. All you're going to do is use your OCP to get by, and you should be good. And we are back where we started at the beginning here. And this is the last hacking communications that we have to do.
That's it. I'm done. Get back to the ship and find a way in.
So in the next section here, we are going to board the tanker. There is a thing I have to note about that section. Here's another save progress. You don't have to use it because there's no enemies in the areas. We have taken out all enemies in every single area of this first section here. Non-lethally, of course. The second section, there is a glitch all the time where at the end you will have a body found, and I will explain that on the second part. But there is a way around it, so... which took me a little bit to figure out. But I was able to figure it out, and hopefully you guys are able to do the same if you do not want a body found on this mission. Alright, that's it for part 1. I'll see you on the next section.
Sam, while you're on the ship, I have 2 assignments for you. Hide a tracker in the communications room. When we know what Dufresne needs this tanker for, we have to track it. Then I want you to get information about the ship's cargo. Make sure the contents aren't dangerous.
Alright, continuing on here, this is the last section of this level. So you're going to wait on this guy here. You could go left or right. You actually want to go this way. If you go the other way, there's a guy there. If you knock him out, his body will be found every single time. So all you're going to do here is wait on this guard here with his flashlight. As soon as you see him turn around, you want to go ahead and move up. All you're going to do here is follow behind him. And there's going to be a corner that you're going to get into. And he will not notice you whatsoever. So just wait on him, and he will pretty much go forward. He will not notice you whatsoever. He will do a stop right here, but he'll move forward. He doesn't hit us. He doesn't touch us. He's not alerted, and that's how you get past him. So there are 2 different entrances. You could go the other way and enter. I find going this way is probably better, especially if you don't want a body found, because the other guard, if you knock him out, it's on the other opposite side of the entrance, the other way that we did not go. His body will be found all the time. It doesn't matter. You could hide it in a dark spot. It doesn't matter. The body gets found all the time. This section is pretty easy to get by. Just follow along and you should be good to go. There are 2 other guards in the opposite room, but you don't have to worry about them.
You, see, I saw you on the camera. You cannot hide from me. You want my boss, huh? You think you can take her away from me? I do not think so, my friend. Nobody takes my ship away from me. Do you hear? Nobody. She is mine.
I bet he's great in front of parties.
I have scuttled this ship before I let you have her. There are 4 bombs hidden on board, and I've armed them to go off in 10 minutes. You and I are going to the bottom of the sea together, my clever friend. What do you think about that?
Alright, make sure you actually do a save here. It is recommended that you do a save. So there's 3 guards in this area. There is a guard that's in that room straight across from this room, and there's a guard straight ahead. The guard that's in this room here, he's going to come straight in here, and then he's going to walk out. This guy right here. There's another guard that's in that room over there opposite to this guy. He is not going to come in here. You can see his flashlight right there. Wait for him to go out.
Fisher, we need that ship. If his threat is genuine, the bombs have to be in the machine room. Find them.
As long as you do that, you should be fine. If you do not, you will be caught every single time. It's just something that the guy does. Now this is another entry level you could have used at the beginning of this section here. This is the guard right here. If you knock this guy out, and you don't go the other way I went, if you go this way, and you knock this guy out, his body will be found every single time. No matter what you do, somebody will find this guy's body. It's just how the game is. If you're doing it the way I'm doing it in this video, nobody will find his body because we didn't knock nobody out. So make sure you don't get stuck in the door, and close every door that you do open. Go ahead and OCP this light, because the second you open up this door here, there is going to be a guard coming straight this way. And right there is the first bomb. So give him a little bit of time. If you move up too close, he will run into you and it'll set off an alert. There's 4 bombs in this area. We only have 3 left to disarm. So once you OCP that camera, get up against this here and just wait on this guy. As you notice, these guys are not alerted just yet. They will be alerted when we defuse the 3rd bomb. So you'll know which ones to cut based on the vibration of the controller. If it does not vibrate, then that is the wrong wire, and you'll pretty much blow up. So go ahead and OCP this light. And go ahead and OCP this light right here. It's going to prompt this guy to move forward. You can go ahead and move on this side. Don't worry about this light coming back on over here. You're perfectly fine. Remember, each wire has a vibration to it. So if you're on a wire and you do not hear a vibration or feel it, that is the wrong wire. And this one here is the last bomb that we have to take out. Or defuse.
settles it. Now all that's left is take care of the captain.
So these two guys are alerted. They are going to come up this way, and they're going to go up this walkway where we entered. So you don't want to open up this door up ahead just yet, or you will be spotted. As you can see, they are making their way up there right now. So at this point, you can go ahead and open up this door. I do recommend that you look back though, but as soon as you get in here, you want to head over this way. Do not head straight for the door. Go ahead and OCP this light. Now you can go back to the door, and I recommend that you close it. And you have a save progress, so if you're struggling with this level, you can go ahead and use that save progress, which is very good to use. So this section in here, the engine room, there's an automatic part when you climb this ladder that once you get up here, even if the guy is turning around, he's actually heading this way right now, but when this guy here turns around, you're automatically going to get spotted. There are 3 guards in this section, but for some reason this guy will see you. Even if you're in the dark over there, he will notice you. So go ahead and OCP the light. And now you can just kind of make your way around him. I recommend that you pick this lock or this door. Do not break the door lock at all whatsoever.
Glamour, I checked the cargo. It's not what we're looking for. It's drugs.
Roger that. At least it's not weapons. I'll let people know. Good work, Fisher.
So I'm up against this wall because when I did my practice run of this, both the guys broke in and they kept shooting at me. So the only way to get by them is to stay up against this wall where you see I am. If you are not up against this wall, if these guys come in here, because all 3 of them will come in here, then you will be caught. So stay up against the wall like this just to be safe, because I did not know if these guys were going to come back in here, but luckily they do not. Make sure you use your optic cable. And this guy here is going to be making his way back. I could probably go now, it wouldn't matter. But I just wanted to be safe because I didn't want to raise an alarm at this point. And if they do capture you, you have to escape, pretty much. Which will count against you, so. If you don't want to be captured, then, you know, make sure you wait. That section is probably one of the tougher sections in this entire mission here. The rest of this is pretty easy. So you have another save progress up ahead here. You can use it if you want to. I did not use it up till we get to a certain point. Go ahead and OCP this light. This is what I'd like to consider the choke point of this entire level. Now I'm not sure if you can get by this guy, or if there's just no way around him. He is automatically placed here, and he will start making his way down. But go ahead and switch back over to your sticky shockers. And when he gets about a good way, half of the way down, we're going to use the sticky shocker on him. And you don't have to hide his body whatsoever. He is perfectly fine where he is. I do recommend that you wait and then OCP this light again, because there is 2 guards up here, and one of them is looking directly in this direction. If you do not OCP that light, when you come up here, this guy right there shining his flashlight will see you. Now he is going to notice you, but he's not going to be able to find you whatsoever. As you can see, he's kind of alerted, but he's not going to do anything. I think it's just a automatic thing that the AI does there. This guy here does not turn around at all. He does not turn around whatsoever. He stays in that position the whole time unless you do something to distract him. Then he will turn around. But for the most part, you should be able to get by those guys. Fairly simple. And now we're just going to head up this way. So up this way you have another save progress point. In one of the rooms up ahead, I think it's up here, we have another save progress. So you can go ahead and use that if you want to. There's a turret up here. So go ahead and OCP this light. And go ahead and get up against this wall. If you have the timing that I have, this guy should be turning around. If you're a little early, that's perfectly fine. I don't recommend trying to rush anything. Just take your time. He does not come in here, so his pattern is simply back and forth. That's all he does. Now you can go straight ahead, or you can come back this way, which I'm going to do, and I'll explain that up ahead. But first we're going to make our way into this room, because there's an objective in here that we have to complete. So when you get up to this point, this guy may be sitting down or he may be heading into the other room. You have to take both these guys out. I don't think there's a way around them whatsoever. So just give it a little bit and he should be getting up to do his rounds. The other guard that's on the outside of this room here, you don't have to worry about him. So there's two workers in here. The other guy is staring at the objective that we need to get to, and this guy is in our way, so we have to take him out. Go ahead and switch off the light. And here's the other guy. It's pretty simple to get up behind him and take him out as well.
That settles it. Now all that's left is take care of the captain.
So we still have that guy on the outside of this room here. Go ahead and close this door. Even though he doesn't look this way, it's always a good idea to make sure you don't leave any doors open. So he's already making his way back. So you can go the right or you can go the left. It's up to you. If you go the right way, basically you have to wait for another guard to do his rotations. If you go the left way, it's a little bit faster. So we're going to basically exit the way we came in. So just wait on him to do his rounds. And when you get outside this door, you have a save progress, which I do recommend that you actually use this one, because you don't want to mess it up. You're pretty much toward the end of this mission. So outside this room we have a turret that is active. Switch over to your SC20K with your EMP automation. Go ahead and hit the turret with it, close the door, and it'll give you enough time to get by it so you do not get shot. There is a wall mine. You have to disable this. There's no way around it. In my opinion, this way is probably a lot faster. This guard here never moves. This guy here has the same back and forth pattern. And the guard down here is never going to see you when you get up here, so you don't have to worry about this guy. So go ahead and use your EMP to stop the turret with the automation thing that you're given. And up ahead we have a light source that we have to OCP. And switch back over to your SC20K. Use the EMP automation, the last one that you have. And just make your way through this section very slowly. Do not rush, just move very slowly and you should be able to make it past everything. You don't want to blow yourself up, and that other guard was not alerted, so you're perfectly fine. And at this point you've completed this mission. Mission is completed. So we completed all of our objectives, no opposing objectives. Everything was completed, including all of our opportunity objectives. We knocked out 24 enemies, and we were not identified as the intruder, and we had no bodies found during this whole mission, and no alarms were reached. Hopefully you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.